Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it looks like nothing, but I am here today with a vintage chic scents haul. Yes. I was really excited for this. So she had opened on a Thursday, and Thursdays I am at work pretty much all day. So I had a little bit of a break, and I was hanging out, and I happened to go on the Facebook group, and I was like, ooh, it's the VCS Restock. Like, I wasn't even aware of it. I just went on the Facebook group. I saw like everyone posting, and I was like, you know what? It's fall, and I really, last year I had this like massive effing fall stash, because last year was 2017, and in 2016 was about the time, that was like the summer I first started getting into bender wax, and I went a little ham ordering from VCS, and I got a lot of fall scents because that was just the time that I came into it, like the end of summer, early fall. So I had like loaves, I had the vintage chic fall sampler, like I had bombshell bags, I just had all this VCS. And I remember last year, like it was so fun, like melting through, finding scents I liked, scents that I didn't like, and I definitely did discover scents that like I really loved. And this year, because last year I wasn't really ordering from VCS because I had so much and I hadn't melted it yet, and I didn't know if it was gonna throw or not for me. So I didn't want to go ordering like crazy until I decided if it was worth it or not. And I didn't order any other fall scents because VCS I cure for a year. So I didn't order anything last year for fall. So I didn't have any. Actually, I do. I have one bag. So I didn't have like much fall stash. Like everything I have for fall this year is what I've been buying this year. And like this past summer, I didn't really have much leftovers. I had a very small handful. So I decided to browse the website, and I said, you know what, if there's stuff, I want to buy some fall stuff for next year because I didn't want to feel so empty-handed. And when you see my October melting basket, you're gonna be like, how the hell were you empty-handed, girl? But I just feel like I had way more fall wax last year than I did this year, and I wanted to go ahead and browse VCS and stock up for next year just so I would have it. Because honestly, like last year, it was nice to not have to worry about buying wax and just like having it there and ready to go. Whereas this year, I'm like making all these lists, and I'm going online and I'm ordering because I'm like, I don't really have much fall and Christmas stuff, so whatever. So yeah, I stocked up, and all the scents that I found that I really wanted or really liked, she didn't have in the smaller quantities. She only had in loaves. So I spent around $60 on this order, which is a lot, but pretty standard for a VCS order for me. Typically with VCS, I spend between 60 and 70. That's kind of like the range. And then the shipping is $10. So to me, that's worth it. But yeah, I only got 3 things, but they're in a large quantity. She poured a lot of unicorn loaves this year. So she had plenty in stock. Like all 3 of the ones I got, there were like 20 or 30 other loaves left, which was awesome. The site was really easy to navigate. It didn't freeze or anything. Everything went right into my cart. Nothing jumped. And this was like maybe 2 or 3 hours after she opened. So super easy ordering. Let's see. So yeah, these were, all 3 of them were, I believe they were, yeah, these were all unicorn loaves. These were all regular unicorn loaves. And they were all $17.75. And as always with her loaves, she sends bakery bags for you to rebag after you chop them up. So I have those 3 right there. And let's get into the 3. So the first one I got here is Order of the Sanderson Sisters. Now I've had Order of the Arrows and I've had Sanderson Sisters. Order of the Arrows is, I'm pretty sure it's just her like marshmallow fireside dupe. It's like campfire marshmallows, something like that. I don't think there's anything else blended in that. I think it's just campfire marshmallow. And then Sanderson Sisters is green apple, candy corn, no, caramel, green apple, caramel, green apple, candy corn, and marshmallow. I'm 99% sure is what Sanderson Sisters is. So it's funny. I definitely have not had the best luck with vintage chic scents. I would say about 65 to 70% of what I get from her does not throw for me, but then like 25 to 30% of her stuff does throw for me and is like really amazing and scents that I truly love and you can't find anywhere else. So I only purchase from her for those scents, like that 30% of what is like, to me, makes me see the hype, and I'm like, this is why everyone loves her stuff so much. Like if every single one of her scents to perform like the few that I love, yeah, I would be in her restocks every month as well. But for me, it's more just like I look for the scents I love and I reorder them, and that's about that. So anyway, It's funny that the 2 scents, well, yeah, the 2 scents that have become my favorite are State Fair and Sanderson Sisters. And I feel like those are 2 that everyone else seems to say is like notoriously light. Like a lot of people are like State Fair is so light. And I remember when I first started like shopping from BCS, people are like Sanderson Sisters is really light. So I was nervous about it, but I had let it cure over a year, whatever it was. And it threw so incredibly well last fall. Like Sanderson Sisters was the absolute standout for me last fall. I loved it. It performed insanely well. And the smell, oh my God, the scent was just amazing. Like it truly just smelled like fall perfection, like Halloween. It just, it was so good. I don't know what it is. Maybe she mixes some crack into that blend, but like it is holy grail perfection for me. And I did have Order of the Arrow last year. And while it wasn't the strongest, because typically for me, like smoky bonfire, campfire scents, which are in my top 3, like ultimate favorite type of blends ever, they typically are very strong because that burning smoky scent is just kind of an overpowering scent. But her Order of the Arrows was a little on the lighter side, but I would give it like a light to medium. It definitely wasn't like unscented. I could smell it, but it was like a subtle scent. So I figured, you know what, if I get it now, this will cure like a year, maybe a year and a month, because I'll probably break this out end of September, early October of next year. So it'll have lots of time to cure and let those fragrances develop. But yeah, this is just incredible. You really get both of them equally. You really get both the Sanderson Sisters and the Order of the Arrows. And really pretty with that green glitter. Oh my God, I can smell it from here. The Sanderson Sisters is what you smell first. You definitely get that creaminess. That like creamy candy corn, gooey caramel, little green apple. But then you get this like underlying slight smokiness. And really, I get the smokiness more like straight up in the bag. Like the bag smells more like Order of the Arrows and the loaf itself smells more like Sanderson Sisters. So I do think when this melts, from what I'm smelling now, I have a feeling this is going to be heavier on the Sanderson Sisters, which is totally fine by me. I did get a deluxe blossom bag of Sanderson Sisters last winter, I think January, February, that I have set aside for this fall. So now I have it for next year as well because I cannot do without Sanderson Sisters. It's just too damn good. And mixing it with like smoky bonfire, I was like, hello, how could you go wrong? Like, I was shocked that was even still on the site. I'm like, why have you people not bought this up yet? Like, do you know what you're missing? Do you understand how good that combination is? So anyway, the next 2 scents I got are, I guess, semi-new to me. One is completely new to me. One is like halfway new to me. So let's see, this is the halfway one. So I got Cookie Monster's Apple Cinnamon. So Cookie Monster I've had before, and this is, oh, hi Gatsby. Do you just want to play? Hi, Papa. So anyway, Cookie Monster I've had before, and with a year's worth of cure time, it is phenomenal. Throws so freaking well, like fills your house with bakery goodness. It's awesome. So I figured how great would this be for next fall, mixed with apple cinnamon, like that would just be an amazing like fall bakery. And there's so much glitter on here. And I can't believe how much was left of this because typically her Cookie Monster scents go off in like a flash, like as soon as she opens, they're gone. So they must have poured a crap ton of this. But mixed with that apple cinnamon, oh my goodness. It's so good. The only thing is, I don't get any apple just smelling this. Maybe like with the cure time, and like I said, I will let this cure a full year, so this will get plenty of time to develop. Maybe the apple will come out, because right now, this just smells like Cookie Monster. Amped up with the spice. Because there is a slight, I don't want to say cinnamon, maybe it is cinnamon, but there is a slight like bakery spice in Cookie Monster, at least from what I detect. So this really just smells like Cookie Monster amped up with the cinnamon a little bit. Like Cookie Monster blended with like a sweet, creamy cinnamon sugar. I definitely don't get apple. I'm hoping the apple does come out more with cure time. But if it doesn't, I gotta be honest, I don't really mind because I love Cookie Monster so much and it's such a great scent on its own. And this just being like a cinnamon Cookie Monster is fine by me because that will be like phenomenal going into the fall. Like, oh my God, especially November around Thanksgiving time. Oh my God, it would be like a perfect Halloween to Thanksgiving transitional scent. But either way, I mean, this is just decadent. If you love Cookie Monster, you'll love this one. And then the last loaf I got was kind of like a big deal, like for me to just jump in on a scent I've never had in a loaf. But I was like, you know what? Her fall scents really do pretty well for me. And like, I don't know exactly the scent notes on it because I think this is a secret scent blend. I don't think she's ever like posted the notes. I think it's just like a creamy Halloween scent. And that is Trick or Treat, or it's like a creamy pumpkin, something like that. But last year, all of her fall scents, like her creamy fall scents, really did perform well for me. So I figured I'm sure this will be right in line with them and this will just be great for next year. So this is definitely my favorite loaf aesthetically out of all of them. I love the gray wax. Gray wax itself is just beautiful. And I love these like spooky Halloween colored sprinkles, just super, super cute. Really fits with the name. And this is just sweet and creamy. Is there, I feel like there's apple in this. Like this cannot just be pumpkin bakery. There has to be apple in this. It definitely smells like apple and like pumpkin spice and like vanilla and marshmallow. Like it's creamy, it's sweet, it's so fall. Definitely like a perfect fall Halloween scent. Like this will probably be my September, October scent for next year. Has to be apple in this. I'm definitely getting like a creamy apple vibe. It's almost like in the same realm as Sanderson Sisters. Like it could be a close cousin to Sanderson Sisters, which is probably why I love it so much. So I definitely took a risk on this, but I'm really happy that I did because I absolutely love it. And then I did get a sample in this order, and the sample I got is something I've had before, and that is the Wishing Tree. And this smells exactly like Snuggle fabric softener, and that is fine by me. I love that scent. So good, so fresh. Totally straight up fabric softener. Yeah. So that is that. That is my tiny but mighty VCS order. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Oh, I forgot to mention this was the Stranger Things restock. Yep. So yep, that was where all these unicorn loaves came from. So yeah, that's that. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.